today we're going to talk about the wrath of God that will fall upon the wicked that will eventually be outside the holy city. And I'd like to invite you to turn in your Bibles with me to Revelation chapter 15 and verse 1. And you're going to see why I started this lecture by referring to the two groups of sinners. One saved group of sinners and one lost group of sinners. What made the difference? Well, we just read that those inside keep the commandments, or they wash their robes. Those outside practice these evil deeds in violation of God's commandment. But there's more to the story than this, because we're not saved by keeping God's commandments. Keeping God's commandments, we'll see, is a fruit of something else, of a relationship with Jesus Christ. Revelation chapter 15 and verse 1. Here we find a description of the wrath of God that is going to be poured out upon the world shortly before the second coming of Jesus. It says there, "Then I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. For in them the wrath of God is complete." The word complete in the Greek is full. In other words, the 7 last plagues are the fullness of the revelation of God's wrath. And we're going to notice in the third angel's message that it says that the wrath of God is poured out without mixture. You see, at this point, there's no blending of mercy in. It's pure justice when God's wrath is revealed. So what I want you to notice here in Revelation 15 verse 1 is that the plagues contain the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture or totally and completely. Now let's go to Revelation chapter 16 and verse 1. Revelation chapter 16 and verse 1. The question is, where is this wrath of God contained? What is the container of the wrath of God? Well, notice Revelation 16 and verse 1. "Then I heard a loud voice from the temple saying to the 7 angels, Go and pour out," that's important, "and pour out the" what? "The bowls." By the way, it's the word cups. It's the same word that's used in the Gospels that translate cup. That's important. And so it says, "Go and pour out the cups" of what? Of the wrath of God on the earth. What is it that contains the wrath of God? Cups. You say, that's a strange place to have the wrath of God in cups, in 7 bowls. By the way, the number 7 represents totality and completeness. This is the total manifestation of the wrath of God. But now I want you to notice the third angel's message, once again, with which we began our lecture. Revelation 14 and verses 9 and 10. We've noticed that the 7 last plagues are the outpouring of God's wrath, and this wrath is found in cups. And it's the totality of God's wrath. But now I want you to notice that the wicked have to do something with that wine that's in the cups. It says there in Revelation 14 verse 9, "Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also," now notice an added idea here, "he himself shall also" what? "Drink of the wine of the wrath of God." So the cup contains what? It contains wine, and the wine is God's what? It's God's wrath, and the wicked must drink it according to this. Remember these concepts, because we're going to come back to them.